Greetings from your companion Synod in Nicaragua, the Lutheran Church Faith and Hope of Nicaragua. We are a church rooted in love who walks alongside God's peoples. And as your companion, we want to share our story with you today. We are a church operating in Central America, and we are here because the love of God has called us to serve in this country. And our hope is to meet people exactly where they are and within their own context. Therefore, we consider ourselves to be an inclusive church. We proclaim the gospel through a holistic ministry where pastoral care, spiritual life, and acts of service come together as one witness of our faith and ministry in the country. More particularly, our ministry reaches communities in rural and urban areas throughout Nicaragua. We serve in places where resources are scarce, but faith is strong. Places where the presence of God brings people hope. At the heart of our church is the calling to proclaim the gospel. As I said before, we do this holistically, through scripture and sacrament, but also through diaconia and development. We are a church that feels called to serve God and His purpose on the world. And how do we do this? We do this through accompaniment. We walk beside others because that is what Jesus did as well. He walked alongside us and He met us right where we were. One of the ways in which we do this, and which is at the heart of everything that we do, is by nourishing the faith of our people. We achieve this by forming leaders and communities that are deeply passionate and committed to Scripture and sacrament. Our pastors diligently serve their congregations and accompany children, youth, women, and men, all alike with no distinction in their faith journeys. Theology is at the heart of everything that we do. Therefore, we offer Lutheran formation and leadership training so that people can be empowered to carry out the mission of the church. We try to mirror Jesus' ministry, who so diligently accompanied people in all aspects of their life, from their spiritual needs to their physical needs. He was there with all of them. Jesus once told His disciples, "You give them something to eat." And this wasn't just a suggestion, but it was rather a call. And as a church, we have responded to this call throughout our diaconia work. We support families with food security and initiatives such as Seeds of Hope and Bank Seed programs. These ministries are not separate from the gospel, but instead they are how we live out the gospel. In our context, we listen to Scripture on Sunday, but we also let it shape our lives for the rest of the week. Jesus also told them, "Whoever drinks the water I give them will never thirst." The northern region of Nicaragua, where lots of our congregations are located, face water insecurity and scarcity, and this is a sad reality for all of us. As a church, we bring water and sanitation systems to communities that have waited far too long to access clean water. This is another way we live out the gospel. When we dig a well, install a pipe, or train a family in water stewardship, we are proclaiming the gospel with our hands. In our congregations, the Spirit is flowing just like water, bringing life, dignity, and hope, all with the reminder that God's abundance and love is watching over all of us. Nicaragua also faces many natural risks, such as earthquakes, hurricanes, and floods. And as a church, we do not turn away from these realities. Instead, we train leaders to respond to these crises. We prepare communities to withstand disaster and offer accompaniment when recovery is needed and when spiritual guidance is sought. Like the house built on the rock, our foundation is faith, and that's what makes us resilient. The work that we do seeks to accompany everyone. Therefore, we also include public health education, preventive care, and elementary education for our congregations. We believe that teaching a child to read or training a community health worker is essential to empower our congregations. Thanks to God's faithfulness and the support of partners like you, we have seen incredible growth, and this is just a taste of the work that we do. Thank you.